everyone, I'm Eve, and today I wanted to share a few tips to help anyone who's looking to start yoga or start practicing yoga. The first one is yoga doesn't have to be expensive. Even for myself, I can't justify the cost of attending and having a studio membership in my budget at this point in time. There's lots of different affordable options, whether that means trying to attend a yoga class that takes place in a gym if you already have a membership, or sometimes studios will do pop-up classes for free. I know the studio that I went to for my yoga teacher training, they did free pop-ups, which is where all of the trainees were leading the class rather than someone who is a certified yoga instructor. That also means that you don't have to have the newest, fanciest yoga clothes on the block. Anything that allows you to move and that you're comfortable in is what you can use to practice in. There's no right or wrong there. However, if you do like to get a little bit dressed up and that's part of what you enjoy, then I encourage you to embrace that. Just remember that you don't have to break the bank. There's also lots of yoga content on the internet, especially YouTube. There's tons of stuff out there that you can watch for free or for the cost of just watching an ad on the video. And also, this goes for different yoga equipment. A lot of times you see instructors or other people, they have all of the equipment, whether that's a yoga wheel and a yoga block and a blanket and a really nice mat and all of that stuff. A lot of times there's different ways to make use of props that you already have at home. So for example, a lot of times there might be a strap that is used in class, and you can use a jacket, you can use a scarf, you can use a belt. Again, there's lots of different options, and sky's the limit to kind of substitute those props in instead of feeling like you have to go out and buy one. Along with that, you don't have to have the fanciest yoga mat. If you are practicing more often, then it might be a good investment to buy a higher quality mat so that way it will last you a longer time. When I first started practicing yoga and I was only practicing once or twice a week, I bought a $5 mat and I still have that $5 mat to this day. Yes, it has some wear and tear on it, but I've also grown away from using it as much since I've bought newer mats. My next tip is don't compare your body or practice to anyone else. Everyone is at a different point in their fitness journey and their health journey, and it all looks different for us. So try to find something that makes you feel good and you can fit into your daily life, which leads me into my next tip, that the best routine is the one that you can stick to and one that fits with your schedule. So this means a couple of different things. This might mean that you feel like you have to do a 60-minute long practice or the 75-minute long practices that you often see at gyms or at studios. You don't have to do that long of a class. You can take, even if it's just 30 seconds, to sit down and just wiggle your body a little bit. That in and of itself is doing some yoga. And again, there's lots of different content, especially on YouTube. There are people who do really long form videos, and then there's a lot of 20-minute practices that you can follow and play around with. Also, another tip is to honor your body. As I said earlier, everybody is at a different point in their fitness and health and different abilities. So if you are going to a gym or to a yoga studio, so I always encourage you to talk to your instructor either before or after class. They can help guide you into what sort of sensations you might be feeling in your body or different ways to change the poses up for you so that way you're able to participate in a way that is safe for your body. And you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. I have certainly been in a full yoga room with everybody doing poses that my body wasn't ready for or that I didn't feel comfortable doing, and I fortunately have the knowledge to just switch to a different pose. So again, this comes to talking with your instructor when you have those moments. Like, let's say that it's crow pose and you're not particularly ready to start practicing that pose. Maybe it's you talk to your instructor that it's a pose that's similar, but not exactly that pose. So that way you have a place to go to when those poses arise. And you're always welcome to, usually it's child's pose that's recommended. And I understand that that pose might not be the best for everyone since you are supposed to be on your knees. It might be standing on your mat in mountain pose and taking a few moments to breathe and check in with what kind of sensations are happening. So with that, my last tip is to try different types of yoga and different instructors. So there's lots and lots of different types of yoga that are out there, and different instructors are going to lead a class in different ways, and they're all going to bring up different topics and different poses based on their experience, their knowledge, and what they're trying to impart to you and their classes. So I know that I have tried different classes and I said, oh, I really like that style. The instructor, I didn't really fit with that instructor. And I've also been to classes where I really, really enjoyed the instructor, but the style really wasn't for me. And I also encourage you to try them more than once, because sometimes it might be that feeling of discomfort and just it being something totally new to you that can drive you to be pushed away from it, but you might find that you enjoy it after you've done it a few times. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these tips were helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.